This is the video game Super Mario Bros., developed and published by Nintendo in 1985. Not only is it one of the best-selling video games of all time, but it helped revive the entire video game industry following a crash in '83. Now, of course, over the years, Nintendo has created various Mario-related titles, but there's been one thing that's always been consistent: the soundtrack. Each game has a soundtrack that relates to the theme of their respective game, but they all contain some variation or remix of the original theme from '85. The theme is simple. There's an upbeat top line, an equally upbeat bass line, and a simple 1-2 kick snare pattern. But I think that's part of the reason why it's so easily recognizable. It's easy to hum and easy to have looping in your head. And it's all because of this man, Koji Kondo. Koji Kondo was born in Nagoya, Japan on August 13, 1961. He started studying music at 5 years old, with his first instrument being the electric keyboard. He continued refining his skills throughout junior high and high school, in a cover band that played jazz and rock music. Not exactly what I expected to be part of his origin story going into this, but hey. Moving on to college, he took his talents to Osaka University of Arts, where he worked towards being a director or producer of artistic work. After graduating in '84, he discovered Nintendo. He states, "I found my way to Nintendo by looking at the school's job placement board. You're supposed to apply to many different companies, but I saw the Nintendo ad and had a love for making synthesizers and loved games and thought, that's the place for me. I interviewed with one company, Nintendo, and that's how I've been ever since." And thus, his legendary career as a composer was underway. He went on to compose his first and most iconic piece, the soundtrack for Super Mario Bros., and the subsequent games within the series. He's also credited with composing the soundtrack for Nintendo's second biggest and successful game franchise, the Legend of Zelda series. Nowadays, he spends more time as a musical advisor or will provide a supporting role to other games that Nintendo will develop. I think it can safely be said that he has a knack for creating music, but even more than that, he has a knack for creating the soundtrack to many memories that people have made when playing games by themselves or with their friends, myself included. He has helped build and immerse people into virtual worlds for countless hours, and that's pretty awesome.